right.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, not right.
Pew,
Pew, pew, pew, pew,
What do you mean
pew,
it's still not
pew,
right?
pew. No, I said that was so not right.
Okay, so
I'm here. You may begin.
here we
Wow, the color's really off.
I just can't make this woman happy today. Just can't.
Because, like, my shirt's, like, coral, and it looks like Tennessee orange. Ugh. That's bad.
I'm sorry. It's the internet.
No, it's got something to do with that.
No, it's the internet. Look at how we're jumping on live.
Let me look and see.
Oh,
If
yeah.
that's just us. It might be just, there you go.
No, we're jumpy. We need to have them come out and look at the lines and stuff again because this is getting a little bit out of hand. I'm paying for a lot. I want a lot. I want what I pay for. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because, look, we're buffering. Every day we're buffering. Ding, 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 ding. Come on, Alberton Net. I know you're watching. Let's get it going on. Let's get it on. So, new interesting look on YouTube when you're streaming with Streamlabs. I'm going to have to investigate this week. Not used to it.
Yeah, it does look a little weird.
Very weird.
Oh, I don't know.
I gotta scroll all this up now so I can
So
get
that
the
you
chat.
can watch everything.
Watch the chitty chat over here. So, how's everybody week? Is that even?
No. How has everybody's week been is what he's trying to ask.
Yeah. Bria.
Good evening, D.
Let's see if we can break YouTube.
The dancing bear has it going on tonight.
So before we get too deep, I want to give it a few more minutes. Let everybody get in here. There's some stuff that we need to take care of right off the bat, and because the Homestead community, I'm gonna just give everybody a few more minutes. We'll wait till we hit like 9 minutes, and then we'll talk about it. So while we're waiting, everybody,
Hi, Elin.
Everybody, let's just say na 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 na. Hey.
Goodbye.
Bye bye, Alabama. Not in the playoffs no more, Alabama. Have fun in your bowl game, Alabama. But you're not coming to the playoffs, Alabama. So, just wanted to get that
April
out of my
said
system.
she's sick with bronchitis since Wednesday. Ugh.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yuck.
Nobody got no time for that.
Coming in
Two Cedars Micro Farm. What's going on, bro?
What's up? Do tell. Hey, Robin and Big Ugly.
That's my bald-headed friend. I knew that was coming because, see, his head's so bald I could read his mind.
Oh, wow.
It's like one of them balls from Harry Potter.
Go Dogs.
All right. So, okay. Let everybody come in, say hello, and let the chat catch up to me. But for a moment, I would like to ask everybody. Let's let the chat stop for a second, please. Let the chat stop. Kind of wait until I see me. There's a huge delay. All right, thank you. Again, please no more in the chat.
Just for a second.
Just for a minute. The homesteading community suffered a great loss this week. And an American homestead is one of the, kind of beginning channels from way back in the day that really helped kick off the homesteading genre on YouTube. Well, Zach lost his wife this week due to cancer.
Mm-hmm. She's been struggling and fighting for a while.
Yes. And I know Zach and I have talked back and forth. I consider Zach a friend. I'm pretty sure I speak with confidence that he considers Robin and I a friend also. We have tried to meet face to face multiple times and things just fell through and we weren't able to do that. But I would like for us to have a moment of silence. That's why I asked the chat to stop.
As people are coming in and don't realize that's what we're doing. So as you're coming in, if you'll please keep the chat quiet, we're going to take a moment of silence.
We're going to take a moment of silence to honor Zach's wife over at American Homestead. And then I'm going to say a little prayer, and then we will
be on our way.
Be on our way, and we're gonna have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start the moment of silence now. So please, no more in the chat. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight with a rejoiceful but yet heavy heart. Lord, we pray for our friends over at American Homestead, Zach and his family, with the loss of his beloved wife. Lord, we ask that you keep your arms around this family, Lord, to let them know that their mom, his wife, their best friend, she is no longer in pain, Lord, and that they know that she's up there with you, Lord, and just help them get through this grieving process of losing a loved one. Lord, we ask that you watch over them, comfort them, let them know that this was your will to bring her home so she will suffer no more. Lord, I ask that you continue to bless Zach and his children, Lord, as they continue to move forward in their homesteading process with their lives of living self-sufficiently. Lord, we ask all of this in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. Now, let's kick it off. Thank you for keeping the chat silent while we did that. All of our love, all of our prayers go out to American Homestead, Zach and his family. It's a hard thing when you're dealing with a loss like that. Even knowing that she is going up to be with the Lord is still hard.
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
still gonna miss her. You're still gonna he's still gonna miss her. They're still gonna miss their mom, y'all. Yeah. And so just keep them in your prayers. So
all right.
This week. All right, it's the last Saturday of the month.
Yes.
And on the last Saturday of the month, Robin and I like to pick a YouTube channel or another homestead to highlight on our show tonight. And tonight, even though it's kind of against my better judgment because they sold Robin more birds, I'm highlighting AJ Farms LLC. Do they got something on the back of the shirt?
Yes. Woo. Yes, but they also have a YouTube channel. What's the name of their YouTube channel?
I think it's AJ Farms, ain't it?
No. They got something else.
So, we highlight them. We met them face to face at the Homesteaders of America conference. If I met you beforehand, I am sorry, I don't remember. Wonderful people. Robin and Anita hit it off. They just thought it was absolutely the funniest thing to get more birds here on my homestead.
Yep.
And
hey, Farmer Brad.
So I'm highlighting AJ Farms. Now Robin in her orange shirt.
It's coral. It's coral. You just can't tell.
Who are you highlighting tonight, my dear?
I am. So.
Who you highlighting, honey?
Actually, I want to take a moment of silence, too. Just want to take a moment of silence. For all of the Alabama fans.
See, that's just wrong. You can't do that.
So, I chose to highlight Mimsy's garden and her fantastic husband, Poor Boy Homestead, which we don't have his well, do you have a shirt of his?
No,
or
I don't got
does, maybe.
I don't got a Poor Boy shirt. No,
but
they haven't blessed me with it yet.
So, that's who I'm wearing. Can you see it?
Yep, we can see it.
So, that's who I'm highlighting because I love them very much, and I'm just showing my support for them in their time of sorrow. Yeah,
Poor Boy is a little upset. I heard he was doing a lot of talking to the TV, even though they couldn't really hear him. But if they could, they might have won the ball game, but they didn't. So
I love you anyway, Robin. I love you too, Mimsy. It's all in good fun.
So
anyway, if anybody watched that game,
that was a
game.
good
Slobber knocker. It was back and forth.
Yeah,
it was really, really a good game to watch. They both, we're just going.
It was a game of penalties, and penalties cost Alabama the game. That's what it boiled down to.
It really did. It was just a sloppy. They just made a lot of sloppy errors, and it cost them the game. I mean, it was a good example of sloppy errors can definitely lose you the game. You can be one of the best teams in the country, but if you make a bunch of errors and the other team capitalizes on it, that's it.
Now, y'all go ahead and be prepared next week. If Georgia loses, there's going to be a whole lot of poor winners that's going to come bum rushing this live stream.
We have a lot of
week.
LSU fans that we love dearly. And most of them, I'm sure, are going to be. Most of them will be very, very graceful winners, but there may be a few. Not so much.
Yeah, but look, I think that game next weekend, Georgia and LSU, if everybody comes to play, I think that's going to be a slobber knocker. Mm-hmm. And that game might get decided on penalties. Who makes the least amount of mistakes, Yeah, because on paper, LSU looks like they're going to walk all over it, right? But on any given Saturday, anybody can win. So
that's true. I mean, tonight was a good example.
Mm-hmm. So if Georgia comes to fight, it's going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what all happened this week? Well,
it's been a heck of a week.
It's been a very fun week, though.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, real quick for us, because Monday, with my work, everything really comes to a halt the week of Thanksgiving, because most people have either already ordered what they're going to order, or they're not ordering anything else. They're just installing stuff, and that's it. And so we're not going to hear a lot from the people that normally keep us busy. So I didn't have a whole lot to do. So it was very quick days. Monday, Tuesday, and Tuesday I was in Atlanta. And then Wednesday was a half day because I had to take Jason to his stabby appointment. which is really interesting. Tell everybody about your stabby appointment.
Well, no, I got to talk about other stuff first.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Talk about other stuff first.
Oh, look who decided to grace us with their presence.
What's up? Is that Kyle?
Who is this Trip H Farm?
Is that Kyle or is
I've never heard of them before.
Or is it Tasha?
They don't. You know, you meet up with them, you fellowship
break
with
bread
them.
with them.
Break bread with them, have a good
Then
old
they
time
fall off
with
the
them.
face of the earth.
And then it's like, poof, all gone. It's like they weren't really real people to begin with. And then they just like disappeared. Mm-hmm. They don't answer Marco Polos. They don't answer texts.
Oh, did you polo him?
Oh, yeah. Still waiting on an answer.
Does he have a polo?
Yeah, well, he got the message.
It's Kyle.
So, the beginning of the week.
Yes.
The wonderful people.
Yes, this is true. I forgot about this.
At Wanderlust Homestead.
Yes.
Okay, last week they came over and they helped to start to install our wood burning stove.
Right.
Now, I probably could have figured it out, but Mark over there at Wanderlust has a tremendous amount of experience with it. And this is not something that you want to make a oops on.
No, and most of y'all that were in the chat, he even mentioned in the chat, that's how we knew about it, is that he had put in several. So he knew how to do this, not just once, but he'd done it more than one time. And so whenever you have an opportunity where somebody who's done it before and has already seen the things that can go wrong, you definitely want that person there if they're willing to come help.
So he came over and we got to a certain point when it was time to install the very expensive insulated pipes.
Yeah, the triple wall pipes.
Now, I want to give a little shout out to Tractor Supply. They are also a sponsor of the Homesteaders of America. But they didn't know that we go to the Homesteaders of America and that we do demos and stuff like that there. We did not mention that kind of stuff at all. We didn't mention our YouTube channel or anything. Robin basically called him up and said, look, we ordered 3 of these from you and every last one of them is foobarred. It's damaged beyond repair. We cannot use them and now I have a hole in my roof. They took them back. Wham. We went, returned them. Before we even got the pipes to the store, they already had 3 new ones on the way.
Yeah, they had already replaced them and were sending them.
Yeah. And we went in there, dropped them off. They sent the new ones. They refunded
us the money when I returned them in. And then when I talked to them on the phone, they were like, when you get there, have them call us. We'll replace the order, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. And he kept trying to explain to me because my son works there. And so I was still like, we should have been able to have gotten his discount when we did it. And I was getting more and more frustrated with, not with him, but just the whole process, that I think he really, started to see that my horns were, starting to come out. And so we got up there, we turned the pipes in, they refunded us the money. They called them, and they said, yes, refund them, give them a refund, we've got new ones on the way. So then I asked her, because I figured we were going to re-ring the order in and do all of that. And she's like, no, they told us there's no charge. And I'm like, that just doesn't sound right. So I called them. I called them up and I'm like, this can't be right. What's going on? They're like, no, we're replacing the pipes because of the situation and how ridiculous, because I had showed them pictures, sent them pictures, the whole 9. They were like, we're just going to send you new pipes. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
So, Tractor Supply went, they didn't have to give us those pipes at no charge, but they did. We showed them the amount of damage, and it might not have been their fault. I mean, yeah, they chose Brown Ups to send it, but Brown could have been the one that done the damage. Now they can obviously go after Brown and
I wear aprons. What's up?
and get their money back that way. But
yeah,
so a big shout out to Tractor Supply for doing that for us.
yeah.
Well, the new pipes showed up. They were perfect. Blaze, as soon as they showed up in the store, he pulled them out, looked at them, make sure that they were good to go.
Mm-hmm.
They were. We set up a time for Mark to come back out. He came back out.
Tuesday.
Finished cutting the big honking hole in the roof and started putting everything together. Went up, boom, and we started a fire, and now we have a functioning wood burning stove in our house. We are now one step closer to being completely off the grid, and whoosh, so we want to give a big shout out. If they had t-shirts, we'd be sporting those tonight. Big shout out to Wanderlust Homestead.
Mm-hmm. Mark and Heidi, thank you.
Mark and Heidi, Mama Mimsy.
Mitzi.
Mitzi, that's what I said.
No, you said Minzy.
I said Mitzi. It was my accent that made it sound like something else. If you guys don't know them, they're in the chat right now. Go check them out. Hit them 3 dots. Go to that other channel. If you like what you see, I really, really suggest you hitting that subscribe button. Mark is a plethora of knowledge when it comes to construction.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so we got the wood burning stove in. Now Ladessa is a little pyro maniac. She loves starting a fire. She also loves something else, but there's a really cool video that's going to be coming out, and I'll give you a hint what's it entailed, because our sponsor of the month, that we're going to start doing that too, and this is the first one.
Okay.
Every month at the end of
at the end of the month.
At the end of the month, we are going to tell you who our sponsor of the month is, and sponsor of the month this month is Logox. Logox is a veteran-owned company with American-made products. America. And their
you can do commercials, you know that? Because that's what you sound like right now. You sound like a commercial for them.
Their forestry kit is phenomenal, and you guys are going to see another video coming out for them for the month of December. So for the month of December, Logox is our sponsor of the month. So Logox, we salute you.
You're goofy. So that was Wednesday. So then Wednesday you went to your stabby appointment.
Stabby. Yeah. To the stabby.
I think his doctor's gonna have PTSD.
No, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Wednesday was okay. He did not do anything cray. Went in there, got my little acupuncture, come back feeling like I'm 20 years old in the hips again.
Ready to have people over for Thanksgiving.
Ready to
just get it on.
Ready to get my eat on.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday was Thanksgiving. I failed my wife. I did not get the stove in by Thanksgiving.
Not for a lack of trying.
I got the motherboard on.
Uh-huh.
And
we have the order for all of the orifices now. Now it's just there's a couple of orifices we're missing. Mm-hmm. So we got to figure out which ones those are, and then hopefully we'll have a functioning oven. So Jason's goal is to make sure that Thanksgiving does not happen again. Yep.
Hopefully it'll be in by Christmas, as long as we get.
No, there is no hopefully. It's going to be in by Christmas.
And so we had the wonderful people at Wanderlust Homestead over tonight. And we also had another channel that they went live tonight. Mm-hmm. And they are over at a hookah bar.
Oh, are they now?
Right now.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it's time to teach them a lesson. They've missed one too many of my live streams, and they've always got an excuse. So, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to open up another tab. Pull up your YouTube. Go to The Naked Gardener. Pick a video, any video. Leave a comment in the comment section that says,
You should have been watching Big Bear.
you should have been watching Big Bear's live. Let's make his phone explode
With notifications.
with notifications.
There's 62 of you in here. That would be amazing if his phone just starts going ta-ting,
Yep.
ta-ting, ta-ting,
Tink, 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 tink. So, we had a Robin outdid herself again without an oven and just exploded the turkey. It was full of flavor. It had a little bit of one chop in it because we used some butter jalapeno injection. And
Tony
it was
Chachere's.
it was awesome.
Love it.
We also had skillet mac and cheese. We had green bean casserole, mashed taters,
Dressing.
and that's about it.
Pan gravy.
Oh yeah, the gravy.
Oh, and the most important thing,
Pumpkin roll.
I managed a pumpkin roll
She pulled up
in a roaster oven, y'all.
My baby did not disappoint her
I
hubby.
managed a pumpkin roll in a roaster oven. If I had a mic, I'd be dropping it. So, I don't ever want to hear an excuse out of y'all. It can be done. Just saying.
Yep. And so, we opened up our seed drawers and we let Wanderlust and the Naked Gardener go through the seeds that Baker Creek had blessed us with, and they were able to pull some seeds out that they wanted, and so that was cool. It was fun absolutely watching them go through the seeds. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we're not the only ones who get giddy over seeds. So that was cool. And then Friday, it was food coma city until
Carol's Creole seasoning. He's making fun of her saying Chachery Creole. She was like, we were on Marco Polo with Broussard, and Carol said, it's Tony's Shash, and she says Chachery's because she's heard us say that, and then she said Creole seasoning. And Brent comes back and he's like, how can you get Chachery's and not get that? Thank you. So anyway, it was really funny. So.
Just let the mods take care of it.
All right, so we did that. Well, then what else did we have going on? So one of the things I noticed, we did get a box. So one of the boxes that we had was from JJL Forge. What did he send to us?
He gave me a new maker's mark.
Yes, very, very cool.
And I think I am going to do that. Mm-hmm. And he sent me a beautiful maker's mark to begin with, and it was a bear print, but it kind of looked like the bear was given the
middle finger. Because Ladessa used it for a brand, and Jason was like, is it just me, or does it look like the bear's giving the middle finger? Yeah. So anyway, y'all just ignore it. Just let the mods take care of it. It's been going on a lot, I've heard, and we're just gonna ignore it. Keep the chat going. The more you guys chat, the more that stuff won't make it through. So, yeah, since the last one was flipping folks off, he decided that he would make us one that that would work. So, anyway, so that we did that. Mm-hmm. Then, so that was Friday.
Yep.
It's okay. That was Friday, and what did we do yesterday? Because we did something yesterday.
I went to my acupuncture.
That's right. So we went to the stabby appointment.
Yeah. And let's just say I kind of got lit up.
Yeah, so the thing is they use electricity. Like it actually goes through the little needles. And why are we witnessing what birth control was? That was actually funny. That was a good one. Lori's we're getting trigger happy, but that was actually pretty funny. I think she did that one on accident. So anyway, they hit a live stream last night. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They hit, and it's okay. Anyway.
Hey, look, this is not the first time we've been hit by trolls. We've been
hit by trolls so many times. This is nothing.
When the whole Homestead network started to crumble.
Yeah.
We got trolled hardcore.
A lot.
So, the stuff that you guys are saying.
That's nothing.
It's nothing.
That doesn't even bother me.
You better bring your A game to this channel.
Yeah,
if you're trying to hurt feelings or something. Because show me your movies, you got to come better than that.
Yeah, that does nothing.
Lick the Cheetos off your fingers and tell your mama you fix to start trying to talk dirty so that way she don't take your cookies away.
So thank you for sorry. Jason is a troll. Yeah, right? So we went to Jason's stabby appointment is what the girls call it.
Yeah. And
they give him a little bit of electricity on these needles that they put down into his skin. And it was funny because this guy is he's maybe 120 pounds soaking wet. And, Jason's a big dude, right? And so Jason's standing there waiting on him to, get these needles in, and April refresh, and so then he goes to put the actual electricity on there, and Jason jumped like a mile in the air. And was turned around raring to go. And that poor guy, I felt so bad for him. Because you could see him go, oh God, I might have gone a little too far with that one. I felt so bad for him because, Jason's a big guy. You don't want to mess with a big dude, right? So.
Well, what it is I have a lot of scar tissue and damage back there. And so he's having to work really hard to just get my hips back to where they're supposed to be.
Right.
And so there are some times he does not a super heavy one on me in the beginning of the week, but he hits me kind of hard on Fridays to try to help me, because on Fridays it's Friday and I go all the way to Tuesday or Wednesday.
Night, JJO.
Night, Jay. And so he kind of hits me hard. And I get...
Especially at the weekend.
Yeah.
Because it carries him over.
6 to 12 needles in my back.
It's not 12. It may feel like 12.
And he hit one time. He said, all right, you're going to feel that go down your left leg. And he hit me. And this is how bad everything's messed up. It went down my right leg. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Doc, that went down my right leg. And he was like, And I hate it when he goes, because that's code.
Like a challenge.
That's code for he fixing to bring the pain. And that's funny. That's funny.
What?
You bald-headed freak.
Pants and Macarena too hard in the 90s.
And so he hit the one, and it, instead of going down my left leg, it went down my right leg. And so he added a couple of more needles. And every time he adds the needles and he starts messing with them, you know,
because he wiggles them around and stuff.
My glutes just go and they curl up into balls. And it's like I squatted like 7,000 pounds by the time I leave there. That's how much stuff he puts through me. And he stuck one in my hip this time. And I was like, hey. And he's like, all right, we about to get started. I'm like, about to get started. And then he zapped me. And I think he hit me with everything that little gun had.
I'm telling you.
And
I've never seen you jump like that before. Ever.
My whole leg came up uncontrolled.
I was going to say, it's uncontrolled. It wasn't like a, ow, that hurt. It was like, it triggered like a reflex. Like, it was not, it was crazy.
And I guess just naturally, I kind of like spun around. And he was like, whoa, we'll get you. And he just started pulling the needles out real quick. And then I turned around and he was over there by the door. And he's like, that should do you up. And I said, let me tell you something, Doc.
And so some people, like, they got their hands, like, I felt so bad for him.
So let me tell you something, Doc. That one better hook it up, because I'm going to stop telling people how great you are and how much you helped me. I'm going to start telling them you don't buy new underwear or something.
That was interesting.
And I can't wait to have him here on a Saturday night show. He may even do some, maybe on my hands or my ears, or maybe even on my back. I don't know. And
that's the other thing we're looking forward to, is soon he's going to start working on your tinnitus. So that should be interesting to see if he can do anything with that.
Yeah. And so that's going to be really good to go. Mm-hmm. And then today, I have a rant. Y'all. And I really, to be honest with you, I don't know where to go from here. Because it's extremely frustrating that we bought a DR pull behind rototiller. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, when we first got it, worked great, and they were great about it. When we called them about the issue, we had an issue with the electric up and down. Mm-hmm. They sent a new one. No questions asked. Bam, replaced it. We were running again. Well, right now, I would love to be a no-till garden, because that's kind of what I kind of talk about, is trying to be a no-till. But we are repairing our land. Mm-hmm. And so I have to, unfortunately, I do have to till to be able to break everything up, kill some bad stuff that's in there, the horse nettle, and some of the other, just the briars and all that, the ivy, all that kind of stuff. And so we're using this thing hardcore. So naturally,
we're trying to use it hardcore.
Naturally, things like the pull rope are gonna break when you're yanking on it, and using it a lot. I'm not gonna bother DR power equipment for a new pull rope that I should be able to go down to my local box store, Home Depot, Lowe's, and be able to pull and get a new pull rope that should last. Y'all, I'm on my 5th pull rope now, because it's not that the tiller is eating them up. It's the stinking handles. Mm-hmm. You pull once, twice, maybe 3 times, and the handles are splitting to where the knot's not staying in the hole anymore. Mm-hmm. So, I am seriously considering building a handle out of wood.
I don't even know why you say seriously considering. You need to. Like, at the end of the day, like, it isn't even about considering anymore. You need to, because that's the only way that it's not going to break. Mm-hmm. Honestly.
And it's just...
it's them guns, son.
It's just very frustrating. And we need to do, and I say I'm having this rant. The pigs were on it first.
So, yeah.
Okay? The pigs were on it to bust it up. Now we're just going over to till it.
Mm-hmm.
Part
of our problem is we are in granite country. So,
and 15 years ago, my homestead had chicken houses on it. And so that ground, because of the chicken houses, got compacted. There's a lot of stone, crush and run, and crap like that. And
then just big, huge...
BFRs.
BFRs. Like, huge.
Big rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those things that it's...
It's getting frustrating.
I'm a month behind with getting my wheat in, and I need to get it in, or it's
not gonna have any.
It'll die before it's able to fully mature because of the heat. Like right now, I may just be wasting seed putting it out there, but I still want to get it out there to get it to grow, because if nothing else, it'll give me wheat straw.
Right.
Which is also very valuable on the homestead. That if the seed heads won't fully mature, I can still give them to chickens and use the rest as wheat straw and go for it there.
Mm-hmm. You can hillbilly engineer it, tie a bolt on it.
Yep, yeah, that's what we're getting ready to do that. And I'm very disappointed in the fact that a handle that's supposed to be a solid rubber handle with just the ability to put a little string into That's a good idea.
You know, we had actually... Okay, so what we're reacting to is what Trip H said.
Yeah, I have his plans to make the fodder system.
So, all joking aside, when I found out how much the 50-pound bag of wheat seed was, that was one of the first things that I said to Jason was, you know, this is affordable enough that I feel like we could do fodder with it. So, we probably will do that anyway. But we're trying to be able to grow our own wheat because we think that would be really cool. But we've just had thing after thing after thing happen, and it just, you know, so
yeah. So that might be an option.
So what else did we do? What did I do yesterday? That was really cool. But you obviously don't think I'm very cool.
I was giving you the opportunity to brag.
Luke, I am your fodder.
Brag about what you did.
So, I have been attempting to grow a fall garden this year. And I had some rainbow chard that had come up, and that was about it. And then I started sowing a whole bunch of seed, like started going crazy with seed. And
were you sowing the seeds of love?
I was sowing, yes, I was sowing the seeds of love. That's it. And so I started just sowing like crazy because I kind of had this mentality that if it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up. Oh well, at least I tried. So I've put in arugula, purple lady bok choy. So funny story. Go back just a little bit. Does anybody remember me telling the story about how I had planted earlier in the fall? And our lovely Gizmo had gotten into the beds and was literally digging in the beds, rolling around in the beds, going crazy. I'm trying to remember who was here when that happened because I was fussing at him like crazy. Were Sherry and Daryl here when that happened? Somebody was here because I was sitting at the chair and like went absolutely crazy. But I had to replant that entire bed because I had planted spinach and some other stuff in there and it was all destroyed. And so I had to replant everything. Well, I planted beets in that bed, and I also planted some sweet peas or sugar snap peas for the trellis. So I did all that, waited, nothing was going on. Well, then all of a sudden, all of my stuff starts coming up, right?
I had to text him. He must have his notifications off.
Off?
Yeah. Get that book, please.
What book?
The one from the Soil 3 thing. From Old Girl.
It's not over here.
Where's it at?
In the house.
Why is it in the house?
Because we've been using it.
Text your son, tell him to bring it out here.
I don't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah. Yes, I need beard oil. And I need somebody to teach me, to be honest with you, how to use it. Robin got me some stuff from Walmart for our anniversary. It had a nice comb in it and like, I guess beard shampoo. And I put this other stuff on it. But it still makes it like it's pushing out like that and stuff. So I don't know what I'm doing with it. So.
What is it called? You annoy the crap out of me. You know that?
That's my job. 14 years, 1 week, baby, of annoying. That's me. That's my job. Naked gardener, see? I done got a man just for you. Just saying. Take oil, put in beard. That's funny. That's funny. Hardy, har. So. Yes, Tears for Fears was one of my favorite bands from the 80s too. Twisted Sister, Van Halen. See, but I'm the kind of guy, I've always listened to all types of music. African black castor oil is better for the beard. Then why didn't you bring me some? I mean, I fed you twice. What else I got to do? I even wore a kilt. That's a good one. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be sleeping in the smokehouse. Nah. She'll get over it. She's just frustrated because she can't remember the title of the book, just like me. Aerosmith was good. So. Here she comes. Throwing it at me.
I'll throw it at you if I feel like it.
No, you won't. Okay, Naked Gardener. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight just because of you, just for this. So I hope you appreciate it. It's called The Foodscape Revolution by Brie Arthur. Okay? You can get it at our Amazon store. It's the least you can do since I'm sleeping on the couch for you tonight. But she is all about getting around code and everything with, HOAs or cities and counties and how to hide from be able to hide the food.
No, something moved when I came in here.
Okay, but you better check your tone and watch your language. Raised on Kiss and Ted Nugent. Uncle Ted. Yep. So, what else you want to talk about, honey?
I mean, I was still talking when you decided to just stop everything. So, just saying. Anyway, all of the stuff that I planted.
So you're saying I interrupted you?
All the time.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. So what do we do today?
I don't know, but it's saying that there's not receiving data. What the crap? I don't know what the world's going on with this.
I don't know.
What's up? Are we?
I'm looking. I'm trying to look.
That's crazy.
It looks like it's going okay.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame.
I know, Royal Amethyst. When you and I were talking when we were all talking yesterday, it definitely did seem like we have we have a lot in common. As far as what I replanted, it wasn't that I replanted. What happened is all of the seeds that Gizmo moved around got so deep in the dirt that it took them longer for them to come up. And I actively have beets growing in a bed, and they're beautiful. They're coming up great. And all of a sudden, we had almost 40 spinach plants just randomly throughout the bed. And we have because I had planted radishes too, so we have radishes coming up everywhere. So I had to dig all those up and transplant them and move them. And it was so funny. Jason and I were talking last night. I was like, I think I'm tired of spinach plants. And he's like, why? I said, because I think I transplanted close to 40 spinach plants today. And he's like, you transplanted plants like now? He's like, well, that was kind of brave. And I was like, well, they were decent sized plants. So anyway, so now I have like 38 new spinach plants plus 5 or 6 more that are still popping up. And then, like, everything has decided to start growing. So we have more greens than we know what to do with. And we have arugula, lettuce. There's all kinds of stuff. So, and then I also today I planted some kale. And I know this is probably out of season and not when you're supposed to do it and this, that, and the other. But I'm just I don't even care right now. I'm just throwing seeds in the ground, and if they come up, they come up, and if they don't, they don't. So. Well,
in your defense, the last 2 years at Christmas time, on Christmas Day, it's been 70, 80 degrees.
Right, and we've been monitoring the weather, and part of that is because of we wanted to know with the wood burning stove and, a bunch of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so we've been monitoring the weather, and the thing is that you may have 1 or 2 days where it gets into the 30s, but then the rest of the time in the day you're in the 60s. Almost today it was in the 70s, and then some of it is we get down into the 40s, and so that's like the bulk of the weather that I'm seeing is 60s and 40s. Mm-hmm. And that actually is perfect for a lot of this stuff that we're growing, because in a normal growing season for most people, we can't grow that stuff. Yep. Like, we can't grow Brussels sprouts like everybody else can that's in, 6 and lower. We can't do it. And so we just decided to throw caution to the wind, and just all of that cold hardy stuff just start putting it in the ground, and if it takes, it takes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So that's the kind of the mentality. We still have.
Yeah, because you're going to plant some Brussels sprouts here pretty soon.
I want to plant Brussels sprouts and cabbage. Is that it at this point, I think?
Broccoli,
cauliflower. Oh, yeah, broccoli and cauliflower. So I think those are the only ones left, is those 4. And then I'll probably plant more peas, because Ladessa is just ridiculous with peas. Even though I have I have 4 beds planted with peas.
She loves them peas.
Yeah. So hopefully that will that'll work.
Oh, boo-hoo, it's -20 here today.
Sorry, Karina. But Karina's up in Canada, right?
Yeah. Well, you heard Naked Gardener. He said he's going to come get some of your spinach then.
Go ahead. I mean, and the thing is the plants that I transplanted were not like these little bitty plants. They were like, some of them, the leaves on them were, a good size.
Oh, Royal Amethyst is in you guys are underneath a tornado watch right now.
In Iowa. That's crazy.
I mean, she's had, on a Marco Polo, you could hear that she was literally, you could, hear the hail coming down. So y'all pray for them.
So I don't know what a chaff, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for this because all of my friends are doing it that are doing keto. But what is a chaffle again? Is it cheese made into a waffle? I'm assuming like it's the cheese is poured into the waffle iron and made a waffle. Okay, we're frozen.
I hope it's nothing on our end with this wire or anything like that. You sure your son is